Hi, everyone. I am Lisa Caprelli, and today I have the privilege of talking to children's author Mike Crowder. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Lisa. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So, today we're going to talk about some background of you as an author. You wrote the book Wild About the Alphabet. It's a book about animals cleverly disguised as a book about the alphabet. Tell us about that.
The whole thing started when my wife had seen a drawing I did in college of a chimpanzee in the shape of the letter M, and ironically called M is for chimp. So she saw that in college. She's like, "Oh, you should do a whole alphabet." Why? Number one, it's one letter. She kept bugging me about it, and I got an idea to do the alligator, and then I came up with an idea to the zebra, which is one of the bonus letters also. Then I came up with the idea for the pangolin, and I'm like, "Oh, it is on. I can do this." So then it just came out of that, and while I was drawing it, I was writing it in my head. 2 years later, I had a book.
Yeah, and you do both. You're both the author and illustrator.
Yes, ma'am.
What was easy versus challenging about creating this book from start to finish?
I guess the hardest thing was trying to pick the right animals. It's not always easy to find an animal in the shape of a cube.
So the letters, right?
Exactly.
So you've been described as a Navy brat. Your family settled down in Atlantic Beach, Florida. And tell us about that experience in 1973. You were 9 years old.
We'd been bouncing around. I was at like 6 different schools or something. By the time I was in 4th grade, I was like, "Oh man, this is horrible." And then finally we moved here in 73, and I was like, yes. In fact, I actually met my wife in 5th grade there.
When did you all start dating?
We didn't start dating until 2009.
That's wonderful. So as a 9-year-old, going back, would you have told your younger self one day you're going to be an author and illustrator?
So I already knew that I was going to be an illustrator when I was 9. Comparatively good at it. I ended up going to art school at Savannah College of Art and Design. When I was in college, we used colored pencils. That's the medium I use to do the books.
Mike, what are 3 things you want readers, children, teachers to take away from your book?
I want them to take the idea that animals are fascinating, and not just dogs and cats, but echidnas, which is my personal favorite animal. Also, I want them to learn about geography, because I never really learned about geography when I was a kid. I want them to develop an affinity for the language, because so many people don't use any large words these days.
There's 26 letters in the alphabet, as we know. How many animals total are in your book?
42 animals. My favorite animal to draw was the echidna. So here's the echidna.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I actually know someone in Australia. The only one she's ever seen was roadkill. So you want to see other pictures from the book too?
Yes, please share.
That is the M is for chimp picture that I did in college that my wife loved. When I decided to do the book, this was the first drawing I did. A is for alligator.
God, that is so clever. I've never seen drawings like that.
Then I came up with P is for pangolin. That's when I knew that it was going to happen.
Mike, what can teachers learn or take away from sharing the alphabet in a different way? What have teachers enjoyed?
I want them to enjoy the fact that C is for catfish, but you can also see that I have the capital C and the lowercase c, which many alphabet books do not do. When I put down what animals C stands for, catfish, so it's got the hard C, then coelacanth, which is a really hard word, but it's got the soft C to it. I do like the different sounds, where every letter that has different sounds, I enumerate those sounds.
How does this book inspire someone who's reading it for the first time?
I've sold a bunch to kids who can't read yet. I've been told by their parents that they sleep with the book because they love it so much. The kids really like learning about the different animals that are different animals, like coelacanths and echidnas and zebus, X-ray tetras, animals you don't normally see, or learning the shapes of letters. The main thing is that it's really interesting. It's not just, run of the mill, A is for apple. So it's got actual interesting facts about the animals, and it's kind of funny too.